what do you envision them talking about in 2027 besides Trump? Because you know that's going to be it. But I mean, what are they going to talk about? When the border is sealed, crime is down, and it's going to be down. Men are no longer in women's spaces. I mean, what's your slogan going to be? Make America bad again? It's going to be a challenge to persuade Americans if you still...
I mean, economy is in a worse place than it was. We have isolated ourselves on the global stage. We've got ICE agents terrorizing American cities. We've got pedophiles that are being protected by the president. ICE agents killing American citizens for, protesting. We got rid of due process. We don't need that. What else? Like, oh shit, we started a war. We started a war. And this is just a prequel war, because once whatever we want to call this has been done, or at least we say it's done to the public, we're moving on to Cuba. More to follow on that, because we've been starving them off. There's blackouts already, and we're either gonna lean on negotiation or invade. Who knows? Stay tuned for that on episode fucking 99. And yeah, we kidnapped a president of another nation because, we wanted to change the regime, except we didn't change the regime, but we stole all their oil to use as we see fit. Yeah, no, those won't have anything to do with the 2026 midterm elections, and they won't have anything to do with the 2028 elections. There won't be any need to talk about any of that whatsoever. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Back at it with another video.
Another one.
And we're going to be getting into another clip from the 5 on Fox News. Fox is going after Jen Psaki. They want to talk more about Biden and his spokeswoman, right? Anything to get your attention off of Iran and gas prices and Epstein files, all that stuff. But before we start the video, hey, make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the likes. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if y'all not feeling the content. I'm a new YouTuber, so this stuff helps me to grow and get better. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Are you ready for some head-exploding irony? Jen Psaki, yes, that Jen Psaki, the one that spoke for a president who basically ghosted his press his 4 years in office. Well, she is now saying that the next Democratic president needs to be more available to the media. Watch.
There's something that's uncomfortable about it, even though I think Democrats who are running and the next Democratic president should do a lot more engaging with the press, right? And not, I don't mean coming into the press briefing room and doing that. They can, but I mean doing a range of other things. And it should be constant. It should be like daily or almost daily.
It should.
So I will say, obviously, Joe Biden not being available to the press, it was for a reason, right? Obviously, he wasn't all there towards the end, which, he old as dirt, man. Trump is getting there too, which is also surprising why they have him out and about and in front of the press as much as they do. And on one side, you can say, oh yeah, he's available to the press. But when we're getting these unintelligible briefings and him just spinning off with the weaves and all the different things that he does, we're not really getting verifiable information. He's all over the place. So it's not presidential. The way he's presenting himself and the information, it's not presidential. Yes, there's something to be said about not being available to the press. And then there's something also to say about, hey, being available to the press too much when you don't have a fully thought out plan and way to articulate it. So, yeah, I mean, yes, they can point this out. Obviously, Biden lives rent free. Biden and Obama live rent free on Fox News. But, let's be real about the situation.
Be like daily or almost daily. Gee, it sure sounds like maybe the Dems should run this guy, who is always available to the press.
Tell me, does Elvis get treated better than me? With me, it's fake news. With Elvis, it was a little fake news.
That was a nice place with the best sound system. I don't know. Who did? Sounds like the finest opera hall in anywhere in the world.
Airports, Newsmax, sir. You've deployed
You're
icing.
not doing a very good job.
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you.
Complete wrench in the. And even when the president.
And I mean, even there, they chose those clips like real presidential. I feel like we're in good hands. Me personally, I feel like we're in the best of hands. Like nothing to be concerned about when that's how our president is operating. Nothing at all.
President lets other people speak. He is still giving his thoughts on the situation.
And so we're keeping our hand on that throttle as long as hard as is necessary to ensure the interest of the United States.
What do y'all think the IRAs meant there? Like, you know, what do y'all think he was agreeing with, disagreeing with, reacting to that old Pete was saying?
Of America are achieved on that battlefield.
It's so good. All right. As you can probably tell, we were already discussing it during those thoughts. So everyone get after it. Greg.
Yes. Okay. If they're saying that they need.
Dude, I just have to mention how much I hate Greg Gutfeld, I believe his name is. This dude is the scum of the earth. Like, he comes with these pre-written jokes and meme type stuff. It's very cringe. It's very state media. He always just harkens back to bashing Biden, bashing Obama. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, when I'm watching Fox News out of like hate watching, so to speak. I'm watching it so y'all don't have to. But even when I'm doing so, I'm like, you can't take this guy seriously, can you? Do you really believe in the things that he's saying? Do you use them in arguments? Like, for all my conservatives that are Trump supporters and Fox News is your jam, you come to it every day, you tune into the 5 religiously. Like, is the things that he says, do you really trust and believe in what he's saying? Or is he just like a really bad comedian? Like, he's a weak punchlines and everything. Like, I don't get it.
Need to be more accessible to the public, then that means they also have to be more transparent, more honest and real, because if they're not, it's not just going to be more of you, it's going to be more of you full of crap, which is great for us on the show to see people like, you know, Gavin Newsom make a fool out of themselves. And it's nice that they actually learned something from Trump, but a little knowledge is deadly, especially when you still think chicks can have penises and guys can have periods. If you want to.
Oh, yep, I forgot. Trans. I gotta at the beginning of every reaction to a Fox clip, I have to make sure that I mention DEI. I've got to mention immigration. So, the drug, the rapist and the criminals are coming across the borders. DEI, black and unqualified, trans for everybody. What's another one that was on the list? It'll come back to me, but we got to go back to the 2024 campaign lines. Greg will always get you with the 2024 campaign lines. Jesse also will always get you. Like, that's how they preface all their arguments, all their sessions. It's Biden, Obama, the economy, trans, immigration. You got to go back to the oldie but goodies.
Keep talking about that and be more accessible about that, sure. But the thing is, Jen Psaki's a hypocrite here. Her boss was as vocal as the P in her last name. But let's say they mean it.
That's good.
Let's say they mean it. What can they
see? The punchlines. Sure, that was a good one. The P in her last name. Yep. Mm-hmm.
talk about? Okay, what do you envision them talking about in 2027 besides Trump? Because that's going to be it. But I mean, what are they going to talk about? When the border is sealed, crime is down, and it's going to be down. Men are no longer in women's spaces. I mean, what's your slogan going to be? Make America bad again? It's going to be a challenge to persuade Americans if you still.
I mean, economy is in a worse place than it was. We have isolated ourselves on the international, on the global stage. We've got ICE agents terrorizing American cities. We've got pedophiles that are being protected by the president. ICE agents killing American citizens for, protesting. We got rid of due process. We don't need that. What else? Like, oh shit, we started a war. Yeah, we started a war. And this is just a prequel war, because once whatever we want to call this has been done, or at least we say it's done to the public, we're moving on to Cuba. More to follow on that, because we've been starving them off. There's blackouts already, and we're either gonna lean on negotiation or invade. Who knows? Stay tuned for that on episode fucking 99. And yeah, we kidnapped a president of another nation because, we wanted to change the regime, except we didn't change the regime, but we stole all their oil to use as we see fit. Yeah, no, those won't have anything to do with the 2026 midterm elections, and they won't have anything to do with the 2028 elections. There won't be any need to talk about any of that whatsoever.
Believe common sense is evil because Trump was behind it. And what you really need is like more drag queen story hour and sanctuary cities. What are you going to sell? It's not just about being more accessible. It's like living in the real world, and they won't do that.
All right. Press secretary source. So tell us, you're senior.
Well, I think that Jen Psaki took the press secretary job a little bit, not under duress, but I feel like it wasn't like the thing she wanted to do. So she was an Obama person. She worked for Obama, then she was at the State Department for Obama, and then the Biden people and the Obama people, they weren't the closest.
Hey, for those of y'all that tune into these videos that I do, we should probably make it a thing where we watch the 5, right? And we watch it during the evening, right? After you put the kids to bed and all that different stuff. And we take shots whenever they mention Biden or Obama. Yeah. Biden or Obama policies. You take a sip of something. You don't got to take a shot. Take a sip of something, whatever your drink of choice is. I think we'd be lit by the end of the night.
But she was super competent, and they said, okay, please, could you come do this job? So she did. And if you remember at the time, it was like, she's not going to do it forever. And I do think that what she's telegraphing there, maybe she should do it more forthrightly at some point if she chooses to, or not, whatever. She was dealing with a situation where they had a president who they did not see very often. Remember, this is COVID times. They had him locked in the Oval Office with the mask on, and there's like hardly anybody got to see him. I even remember like a year later, in 2022, going in for the morning anchor briefing before the State of the Union. We were still all separated by 6 feet, and he was in a mask, and you couldn't hear a thing. And there just wasn't the capability. I don't think Biden had the capability. I think that the senior staff knew that he wasn't able to. And if you look at the hearings that James Comer had and the depositions that came out, that they knew that President Biden.
What do y'all think is better? Old, what is it, Papa Joe, old Sleepy Joe, whatever you want to call him, Grandpa Joe, right? Or your racist grandpa, right? So the sleepy Grandpa Joe or racist Grandpa Trump, like that, just he's animated, he talks a whole lot, like you don't know what he might say, where he's gonna start, where he's gonna land. Or like Sleepy Joe, like that might start a sentence and lose that topic midway of the sentence and end somewhere completely different. Both of these things are bad, by the way, right? I don't condone either one of them, but what would you rather have? People around a person to kind of control them in such a way that he doesn't hurt himself or others, or just letting your crazy grandpa like run wild, like, hey, grandpa gonna do what grandpa does. Y'all let me know. because I know which one I would rather have.
Wasn't able to do that. So
She's not in the senior staff then at that time, right?
she was, but she was the only one that was able to actually go out and do the briefing because Biden, they either didn't trust him to, or he didn't want to, or they were afraid of him being out in the public. On the Newsom side of things, it is true that he is more accessible to people, but he's talking mostly to the podcast world. Great, I love podcasts. I'm an enthusiast, but it will not help you. You will not get better at the job unless you start doing other types of interviews, like the one he's about to do with Jesse.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think he misses the point when there's an opportunity for substance. So, for example, Nick Shirley in his state and pointing out the massive billions of dollars of fraud, and then he just memes him and makes fun of his appearance because he wants to be at the cycle of the sound bites. He doesn't actually want to dig into the policy. And then with, I guess it's sort of like choose your prompt. And then the other thing would be, I think, Jen Psaki, we're never going to get an admission of such. Like the hypocrisy will stay unless someone presses her, right? And she, she's already a host, so we're not going to have that.
Well, Jen says the next Democrat president needs to talk. He also needs to be able to walk. The next Democrat president needs to be president. Biden wasn't president. He was a puppet.
Yeah.
The next Democrat president needs to have confidence and intelligence. He needs to be able to square off against this, ravenous gaggle of screaming reporters. I don't see Gavin Newsom, who doesn't understand basic economics, able to do that. I don't see Kamala Harris, who couldn't even.
So I hope. Apparently, he's about to have an interview with old Jesse Waters. I would like Jesse to keep that same energy. I think they'll do the same thing they do with most political interviews and play it. Like he may push back on them on certain things, but I think for the most part, it's going to be played safe. But we'll see. But it is state-sponsored media, so they might try and go all in on him to just make him look as incompetent as he can. That has been the mantra of Fox News, to try and bash Gavin Newsom at every turn that they can. And yeah, he's got stuff that he's going to have to answer for, how he's been running California. But hey, it is what it is. All the candidates that, as of right now, that the Republicans are going to potentially throw up, they have to answer for everything Trump at this point. So I think, obviously, I don't know all the candidates that are going to come out in all the primaries and stuff like that. But with that being said, whether it's a J.D. Vance or a Marco Rubio and a Gavin Newsom, I think Gavin Newsom has less to answer for, in a negative sense, than Marco and J.D. do. But that's just me. And yes, I may be biased, but it is me.
Understand why Trump would want Greenland to be able to do that. So you have the two highest polling Democrats, the two dumbest. And that's how the Democrats want it. The party's a machine. They want a puppet so they can control them. The other smart ones who can talk, Pete and Shapiro, are too short and boring. So they open their mouths, no one cares. You're not boring. For the president.
See what I mean? Is this real? Is this real? Are we really talking about news and facts and what is going on?
Doesn't matter who you are, Democrat or Republican, you have to have charisma, courage, and new ideas.
Just be normal.
Right. Yeah. And none of the Democrats on this slate have any of that.
The Sound of Music confidence is now in my head. I have confidence.
Okay, so now they're about to set up Jessica. Every time, this is the reason why I hate this show, is because they all go in, we're 15 minutes into this. Yes, I've been talking some, but they go all in and then they set up Jessica with a gotcha question. Let's see what they give her.
I would love for you to respond to Jesse's point, because I think that's fantastic.
You did.
I do. Because it seems like there's hologram candidates right now. At some junction, they fail utterly. Why are you guys laughing?
I don't know. Wildly successful Democratic candidates for president in a couple years, and right now just governors, are holograms somehow. you can say that there's an anti-Semitism problem on the left. There is. There's certainly one on the right as well, and that might be an issue for Josh Shapiro. But degrading a guy like this is just embarrassing. Or an Andy Beshear, or even Gavin Newsom, he said he doesn't understand basic economics. California is now the 4th biggest economy in the entire world.
Would have been third biggest if you knew what he was doing.
Everyone's
Okay, guys.
But Beshear has like a 65% approval rating in Kentucky.
Yeah, and they're having a big economic boom when a lot of states are going in the opposite direction. This is not just going to be a conversation about who the Democratic candidate is. The GOP has to pick someone who meets, at least as much as they can, this standard that Donald Trump has set. And you look at J.D. Vance, who I know might be, wanting to spend more time with his 4th child and not running for president, or a Marco Rubio, or a Ron DeSantis, who has had some of the most uncomfortable media moments that I've witnessed.
But those are all leaders you mentioned. Real leaders, not like what you guys got.
And she barely gets to get to her point, right? She's against 4 other people, and they're all interjecting. She has to respond to the interjection or ignore the interjection, and then this is bullshit. Whatever this platform dynamic is, like Jessica always does well on it, but like I said, Gutfeld is a piece of shit. Like, and Jesse is no better. Like, I don't understand why she does it, but I appreciate her for being there.
Embarrass yourself by saying that versus Josh Shapiro and Andy Beshear.
You know he doesn't have a chance because your party doesn't like the Jews.
Andy Beshear, not a Jew.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you call him privately?
Do you think would he choose Josh Shapiro as his vice president?
No.
Maybe. I think he would.
And he wouldn't choose a gay person either. And God forbid a gay Jew,
right.
Jessica.
So just love him.
A goo.
Love you all. I love everybody. You're going to also have to figure out this problem on the right of who comes next, who can carry on the MAGA mantle, who can fill those shoes. And you look at who, at least at this point, might be atop of that list. And I don't think they have the same kind of media vibe that Donald Trump has.
No one.
So,
yeah.
Well, thank God for that. But keep your own house in order. We're fine.
Says a progressive, always getting in our space.
I'm not. It's a 1 of me and 4 of you. I'm barely here.
Aw, you are here full capacity, not a hologram.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yep, and that's the end of that one. Like I said, the 401 kind of ridiculousness, and they don't give her a lot of chance to really formulate her thought. They kind of stick her with one argument or one talking point, and then they all try and pile up on her. It's kind of ridiculous, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? I think the 2026 election, the midterm elections, we'll see how they go. I think that Republicans are trying to put a whole bunch of roadblocks in place to try and shuffle things in any way that they can. But as far as the next presidential election, I think it's too early to, go all in on any candidate. But yeah, I think that, Gavin's out there. He's doing something. We'll see who else steps up. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what you think. And until next time, I'll let you.
Hating on my energy. I don't think you wanna be my enemy. I pop out, they go wild, so celebrity. Too busy winning, I forgot that I got frenemies.